It is early November here in 2023. It's a little chilly this morning, right? Down in upper 50s, but sweatshirt, the boots and pants, very, very comfortable. Unfortunately, it's going to be 89 degrees today, so almost 90 here.
Oh my goodness.
A couple weeks out from Thanksgiving here in the US, and we're 90 degrees in Arizona. I guess that's pretty typical. One of the things we like to do here in the fall is get folks here in person. We get to know a lot of you guys remotely. We interact with you guys down in the comments here on Facebook and Instagram. But one of the great parts about having a farm here is we get folks out from the city, get out of the city for a little bit and spend some time with us. So we were able to do that yesterday. We had, I don't know, about 100 people here or so, which is very comfortable for us. But got a chance to meet several of you. That was wonderful. We really, really enjoyed that. You know, we're gonna have some more workshops coming up here, hopefully this winter, going into next spring. So if you're here in Arizona, please make sure to sign up for our customer email list. It is the only way we announce those things. That way we can really kind of limit who we have here so we have time to spend with everyone. You can do that over at our website. Yeah. So we've got a few things you planted with Gayla. Well, two things in particular that we saw finally coming up this morning.
Gayla and I had planted the Etoy onions and garlic, and those are coming up really good.
And the Etoy we were really concerned about, right? Not so much the garlic, but the Etoys, because
they were like really drying out. So they didn't seem like they were in good shape.
Yeah, and one of the things that we have been told is that obviously they do survive fine over the summer. They lose basically all of the moisture. And we can use them all summer, but we were a little concerned, and because we've had a lot of folks ask us to sell those, we wanted to make sure that they were going to be viable. It looks like they're going to. So I think maybe next year in the spring, maybe we'll have those available for folks. But those are coming up. That is our primary crop for the winter this year because they're easy. They're so easy to do.
We're lazy that we didn't want to do anything else.
We're just way too lazy for anything else. There's too much going on. It's just the truth. Isn't it true for everyone? I mean, we're going into the holiday season, especially here in the US. There's just a lot going on for everybody.
It's funny because I always say that we're lazy gardeners, but I guess I can't really say that. We're just so busy, we just don't have the time for it.
That's really,
it's not like we're lazy about doing it, it's just not having the time to spend doing it.
Yeah, that's true. To say that we're lazy is actually not an honest statement.
I know, I was like,
because when we're lazy at night doing chores, it takes, what, a half an hour?
Yeah.
Everybody else is home watching TV and we're out feeding pigs, doing, putting away chickens and turkeys and, all that kind of stuff. But one of the things that's cool about this time of year is just the wonderful color. We have so many things that are still coming to life, a few things going dormant. One of the things that we actually have here in our berry cane patch is that unknown blackberry.
It's funny, I had several people ask me yesterday, what it was, and I'm like, well, it's a blackberry. I'm like, well, actually we bought it as a blackberry, but I'm not sure if it is an actual blackberry.
It kind of tasted like a black raspberry. It's thorny, which we didn't want, but it has got like this wonderful home here in the berry cane patch.
It's everywhere.
Yeah. Now, if you guys remember this area that we're in, this is where we had our first round of pigs, 3 years ago here on the farm. Yeah. We did a series on growing sorghum in here, which is still here, and then coming back, a little bit of manure, wood chips on the ground, after putting the sorghum to bed and then planting things into this area, and it's just taking off with all kinds of random crap in here.
It is really random.
Yesterday we had somebody say, oh, so what are you growing in here? And I said, oh, so there's sorghum in there. Oh, wait, there's pigeon pea in there. You know what? There's fartichokes in there. There's a couple different types of blackberries. There's sugar cane.
Loofah.
Yeah.
What are grape.
Yeah. What are you growing that for? Oh, no specific reason. But that unknown blackberry was supposed to be a triple crown, which has been a decent variety for us. We're still set on the Primark Freedom as the go-to, but this thing is going crazy.
This area was Remember, we were gonna have it be our like pumpkin squash area.
Oh yeah, and then the
That was
squash
the
bugs.
plan.
That's right, the squash bugs took that out. So they changed our plan.
So that's why it ended up being just a random
It's our test
bunch
patch.
of everything.
Yeah, it's all kinds of stuff. But that blackberry / raspberry, that whatever it is, really produced really well. And it gave us some raspberry tasting blackberries. But it is taking over the area.
It is.
Yeah, and it's sending down runners. I gotta show you this one that I pulled up out of the ground this morning. I mean, it is like seriously happy here in the fall. We'll have to see what it does. This may wind up becoming this unknown blackberry raspberry boysenberry hybrid of whatever. We'll have to call it like an edge of nowhere farm hybrid, but it is taking over this bed.
Yeah.
And what's cool is it does start really well on its own and spread on its own.
Yeah.
Yeah, looks beautiful. Okay, honey. Apex, he's in here.
Yeah, he's like, ooh, guys, look at this.
Let's see, 8 inches down? Just the stuff we use for like protecting. Where did we start?
Alright.
That was about perfect height-wise.
That is not the size that we just
We didn't.
rolled that in.
I was about to say we didn't start with that size, did we?
No, it was a lot smaller. What are you guys doing, huh?
Started doing a little bit of prep pruning. I think that's what I'm going to call that, is prep pruning.
That's a good term.
Yeah. So because we've got some of these vines put on 15, 20 foot long vines, and trying to get them through the big chipper all at once is tough. So we have the small Sunjo chipper. I figure if we feed the goats now, we give them snacks every day, we clean up all the vines, we have shorter vines to deal with in the wintertime.
Yeah.
So that helps us. So we've got these berries that are popping up in our berry cane patch. We have absolutely no idea what they are. They're a mix between a blackberry and a raspberry. They're taking over the area. If we can get those to propagate those and we were to offer those for sale, assuming they do continue to do well, and they do well here in Arizona, what will we name those?
I thought you...
I was trying to set you up.
Man, you're so mean.
What do you mean I'm mean? I'm trying to set you up. You're gonna come up with this great name. Of course,
but I'm not gonna take credit for it because you came up with it.
Okay, it's not all that great. Okay, so so we've got this unknown berry because we don't know what it is. It truly is not a triple crown. We know that for sure.
Yeah.
Because we've had those on the old farm and they did really well.
What if the old farm was wrong and this one is correct?
No, it's not because there's no way. Well, I guess it could be, but the reality is it's not. It's okay. All right, let me take a step back.
It's not the same as the one on the old property.
Correct.
But who's to say that one wasn't incorrect?
So one thing that I will say, triple crown blackberries are thornless, and this is not thornless.
True. Okay.
There you go.
Yeah.
Every once in a while, like one time out of 99, I'm right. I'm taking this one and I'm running. So my thought for a name was Edge of Nowhere Farm, right? Mm-hmm. So it's a berry. We don't know if it's blackberry or raspberry, but it's definitely a berry. My thought is Eon Berry.
Eon Berry.
Yeah, E-O-N berry, Eon Berry. Let's see how that does.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but hey, you know what? Maybe you guys have a better idea of what we'll name this blackberry raspberry mix, thorny blackberry raspberry mix that's from Edge of Nowhere Farm. Hey, what do you think? So Austin and Nikki, congratulations.
Congratulations, guys.
You're married, and we gained a daughter.
We have a daughter-in-law whose birthday is today. So happy birthday, Nicole.
Birthday. And we're going to for lunch.
Yep, we're going to go meet them for lunch here. So we
going to Oregano's. If you guys are here in town and you know Oregano's, you'll agree it was the right decision.
Yes.
Yeah, we second, third that many times. But looking forward to lunch with the kiddos. Our son and our daughter. So just want to thank you for joining us today. If you haven't done so already, subscribe to the channel. We cover a lot of things here on this newly established functioning farm and would love to see you on a regular basis. If you have any questions or comments, those go in the
comment section down below.
And our Amazon shop, I'll leave a link down in the description. That's a free, painless way to help support the channel. If you start with the link down below, it doesn't matter what you buy, you help to support us here. So just want to thank you for joining us today and remind you, if we can farm on the edge of nowhere, so can you! Okay, let's go. I got a bean to pick with you. Ooh, it's actually kind of cozy in here. You need to snuggle a little bit. Yeah, you just lean in right here. This is good. We'll be
That's
good.
not comfortable.
It's comfortable for me.
Push me back.
You want me to do what?
Just push me back over. I'm like leaning. not that much.
Oh, okay. What are you doing?
I got wood chips poking me.
Why does the conversation always go that way with you?
I don't know, because you make me sit in these weird places.
Well, two things in particular that we saw finally coming up this morning. What were those? I'm not sure why you're hypnotized right now.
Well, you threw me off because you said finally, we saw them this morning finally coming up. If it's the onions and garlics, those have been coming up for
2 or 3 days? I know I exaggerate, but that's not really exaggerating.
It made it, I guess, you know me, I have to be exact, so it made it sound like we saw it for the first time this morning, and that wasn't the case.
Oh, man. You see what I deal with all the time? This girl cannot lie at all. It's impossible, which I appreciate. You can't even stretch the truth, because if I said what we just saw coming up, it could have been a few days ago.
We said just saw this morning coming up.
Okay, so I just saw garlic for the first time this morning. That is 100% absolute truth, okay? I saw it this morning at about 6:45 a.m.
Okay, well, I saw it last week.
Last week was yesterday. Oh, goodness gracious.
I need to go to bed.
Oh, I think you do. Okay,
Anyways.
This is TV, so it's okay if you stretch just a little bit. Okay, go ahead. What did we see sometime earlier this week? Go ahead.
Anyway, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Yeah, squirrel. So, Laura, you don't have squirrel moments. This is weird.
I'm so tired.
You are. I know, it's what you get for staying out late with Nate and Tara. Nate and Tara, You kept her out late last night. I just fell asleep on the couch.
You did, you were out.
Yeah. I may need your help kind of stretching it across there.
Are you gonna actually have it stick on that thing?
Yeah,
Oh my
I'm
goodness.
starting, this is a brand new way of storing hoses. Nobody's ever done this before.
So what do you need to do?
I'm working around the outside. Look at that. That looks horrible. That looks ridiculous. Okay, that might have been a fail. I'm gonna put it that way.
Well, I'm just saying, the goats, it's their potato chips.
It is their potato chips. You know, I prefer corn chips. Can it be corn chips?
Do you really?
I do. I prefer tortilla chips. I do.
Oh, I thought you were talking about like the Fritos corn chips.
That's Fritos. That's not the same.
Well, that's, when you said corn chips, that's what I pictured in my
Okay.
mind at first. But
Sweetie pie.
You're right, tortilla chips.
Yeah, let me explain how this works.
Okay, they're called tortilla chips.
Okay, no,
not
wait.
corn chips.
Okay, they're made out of corn. If you refer to Fritos as corn chips, you're a boomer or a silent generation. If you're an X-gen or younger, that's not how you refer to, it's not Fritos because we don't eat Fritos.
I refer to them as tortilla chips, not corn chips.
All right, tortilla
So that's
chips.
why it blew me off.
It blew you off. I will tell you, you've done a really good job of harvesting them because there's not much left.
Wow, I'm impressed. You complimented me.
Are you kidding me? I compliment you all the time.
Well, and something like this, normally you point out what I miss.
How often do I call you Lori? Think about that for a second. How often do I call you Lori? How often? Go ahead.
That's a trick question.
No, it's not a trick question. I'm being honest.
What are you getting at?
I compliment you all the time. I literally refer to you as beautiful,
No,
gorgeous,
no.
sweetheart,
I'm not
baby
saying,
doll.
I'm not saying that.
You don't think those were compliments?
No, I'm
Would
not.
you rather me just call you woman? Hey, woman.
Please don't.
So I feel like you're eating drumsticks over here. You wanna know why?
Why?
Because I have to go back and clean up all the scraps.
See, that's exactly what I was
It's a
saying.
critique, honey. It's a critique. Here, let me get this one right here underneath you.
I just felt that one. It's not even dry. Give that back to me. That was not dry.
That looks like the right one.
No. I'm going over here.
Okay, yeah, go over there. Come back. Come back.
Wait, was that from Titanic? Who says that, Rose?
Oh, it's Rose.
I came past Rose. There's not anymore over here.
This always comes back to I'm the drama queen. You just called me Rose. I'm like an 85-year-old woman. That's fantastic.
She wasn't 85 when she said that.
Okay, great. So like a 20-year-old woman.
Oh, that's funny.
Oh boy. So just want to thank you for joining us today and remind you, if we can farm on the edge of nowhere. Thanks, everyone.
We have the group. Oh,
I know.
I bet you looked at me like, you forgot to say something.
No, you didn't. So,
Do we need to do that over?
yes.